I'm Henry William McCarter, the Ambassador of the State of the African Diaspora. I greet you and I wish you well for 2024 and whatever it may bring. For the past 15 months I have focused on one legal matter, a very complex matter that involves money laundering, over 1.2 billion rand in cash, and witness statements evidencing 200 million rand or more in fridges and deep freezers in one of the money launderers' residences. This complex matter involves murder. An associate of a money launderer has been murdered some 2 years back and still no resolution. Zama Gold. The media will have you believe it's 8 men with automatic weapons. It is in fact an industry. For we have records of 24 private flights out of South Africa. And at a meeting that I had with the Asset Forfeiture Unit on the 18th of December 2022 at 3 p.m. on a Sunday, the consensus of that meeting was the only cargo flown out of South Africa would be US dollars and gold. We asked the question, how many wealthy men have the wherewithal to purchase gold from the Zamas and fly gold and dollars out of South Africa? The matter also has many irregular and unlawful sequestrations, liquidations, and unlawful seizure of assets. And my eyes have been opened to the unlawful liquidation industry. And then we have to ask ourselves, how do the liquidators get away with this irregular action, non-compliance? It is section 157, subsection 2 of the Insolvency Act. And that, in plain English, says, even if the liquidator is wrong, he is right. And to try and fight liquidators in the corrupt judiciary is nigh on impossible. There is a remedy for the victims of these unlawful liquidations, and that is Act 3 of 2000, the Promotion of Administrative Justice Act of 2000. The matter goes on, there's a whistleblower. So for 2 years there have been no arrests in this matter, and the only arrest that we've had has been that of the whistleblower. The whistleblower has a bounty of 20 million rand on his head. We have witness statements where the money launderer has stated that he's prepared to pay 20 million rand to put a bullet in the head of the whistleblower. So when he was arrested, I had to go to the DPP, the Directorate of Public Prosecutions, and explain to them that the best place to kill the whistleblower is in prison. They gave me the weekend to prepare a 200-page representation, and upon delivering that and another meeting with them, the agreement was they would stay the arrest warrant. However, in December I was called and requested to surrender the whistleblower. Palm Ridge Court, first appearance. But when I was at the DPP, I walked into an office with 4 legal minds. And I asked, gentlemen, are we ever going to overcome the government corruption in this country? And without hesitation, the senior legal mind said to me, the answer to your question is no, so brace yourself. The matter took me to, as I said, the NPA, Asset Forfeiture Unit, DCPI Hawks, Hawks Legal Department, Masters of the High Court of Johannesburg and Pretoria, the National Master of the High Court, the Hawks Ombudsman, Judge Nkgokgo, and Minister Ronald Lamola's office have been made aware of this matter. So there is prevalent and enough evidence to prove that lawlessness abounds. But let me leave you with some hope. In my travels to all these law enforcement organizations, I met and became aware of a corps of senior officers that are as tired of the corruption in this country as we all are. And my prayer to the Almighty is to protect these men and women and allow their light to shine through to other law enforcement officers. That is one legal matter. The next matter involves Shamila Batoy and President Cyril Ramaphosa. Shamila Batoy's statements, law enforcement is on life support, and we cannot prosecute our way out of corruption, led me to have a look into exactly who Shamila Batoy is and how, as the head of a Chapter 9 institution whose mandate is to uphold the law with a free and fair judiciary, how can the head of this institution make these admissions, which are in fact admissions that South Africa is nothing less than a failed state? I then looked into her appointment, and I see that only the President can make these appointments, and he has to comply with MISS, Minimum Information Security Standards. I viewed Chapter 5. In order to be appointed the head of any Chapter 9 institution, one requires to be in the country for 5 years or more. Shamila Batoy worked at the International Criminal Court of The Hague in a personal capacity from 2009 until 2018. She was absent out of the country for 9 years. Upon her return in December 2018, she was immediately appointed the head of the NPA and took up her post on the 1st of February 2019. When one is abroad for an extended period, and especially at this level of government, one could be turned into a foreign agent. And when you consider the performance of the NPA and the impending collapse of the NPA, we have to ask the question, is this deliberate? My view is the following people should investigate this prima facie evidence and report back to the nation. The Public Protector, Advocate Koleka Gaseleka, the Chief Justice, Minister Ronald Lamola, the head of the Hawks, General Godfrey Lebeya, the head of Serious Crime and Corruption, Major General Makinyana, the chair of the Joint Standing Committee on Intelligence, Mr. Jerome Joseph Maeka, the chair of the Portfolio Committee on Justice and Correctional Services, Mr. Gratitude Magwanisha, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Ms. Nosivawi Mapisa Nakula. My view is more people and organizations will amplify the treasonous actions of the government and the President. I hand this matter over to the above-named people, and I have sent all relevant information to the Speaker of the National Assembly so that it may be raised in Parliament. If it is raised in Parliament, then we will know that the parliamentarians are on the side of the people of South Africa. Thank you.